The bell is tolling for Twitter employees, and they've begun to panic. We're going to take a look at their latest act of desperation before Elon Musk takes over, and we're going to see precisely why their rank hypocrisy has become their undoing. Twitter employees are nervously counting down the hours before Elon Musk officially takes over Twitter, and that's because Musk has confirmed that he plans to slash the workforce at Twitter by 75%, which translates into approximately 5,600 employees. Now, these plans follow on the heels of comments that Musk made back in May, where he said he was going to fire 1,000 staffers who, according to Musk, would no longer be consistent with the change of culture happening at Twitter. The clearest sign yet that Musk was intent on purging Twitter of any semblance of woke cancel culture. Well, as it turns out, entitled woke warriors don't go gently into the good night. In fact, they don't do anything gently at all. These woke activists who have up until now weaponized the Twitter platform for their own brand of far-left cancel culture have drafted an open letter to Elon Musk warning him, yes, warning him that these mass layoffs would be, quote, reckless. Here's the open letter, quote, "We, the undersigned Twitter workers, believe the public conversation is in jeopardy." I've got to stop that. I'm sorry. That's chutzpah. That is the epitome of audacity, of the total absence of any semblance of self-awareness. How many people have you, yes, you, the undersigned, how many have you excluded from the public conversation, may I ask? I'm talking about people who never broken the law, who never said one thing that the FCC would have censored on radio or on television, but because they offended your woke leftist sentiments, you canceled them. How many of you canceled from the public conversation? Sorry, I digress. Quote, "Elon Musk's plan to lay off 75% of Twitter workers will hurt Twitter's ability to serve the public conversation." I can't read this. I literally cannot read this. I mean, the hypocrisy is just so cringe. Again, sorry. "A threat of this magnitude is reckless, undermines our users' and customers' trust in our platform, and is a transparent act of worker intimidation. Twitter has significant effects on societies and communities across the globe. As we speak, Twitter is helping to uplift independent journalism in Ukraine and Iran, as well as powering social movements around the world." So let me rephrase that. Twitter is empowering woke, far-left, Bolshevik, cultural Marxist movements around the world. Good, that's better. "A threat to workers at Twitter is a threat to Twitter's future. These threats have an impact on us as workers and demonstrate a fundamental disconnect with the realities of operating Twitter. They threaten our livelihoods, access to essential health care, and the ability for visa holders to stay in the country they work in. We cannot do our work in an environment of constant harassment and threats. Without our work, there is no Twitter." Have you ever met a more self-obsessed, entitled, narcissistic group as this? Sorry. "We, the workers at Twitter, will not be intimidated." No, you're not going to be intimidated. You will be unemployed, but you're not going to be intimidated. "We recommit to supporting the communities, organizations, and businesses who rely on Twitter. We will not stop serving the public conversation." There they go again. Yes, we will not stop serving the public conversation by our ongoing efforts to artificially limit and stifle it. "We call on all Twitter management and Elon Musk to cease these negligent layoff threats. As workers, we deserve concrete commitments so we can continue to preserve the integrity of our platform." And then they go on to list demands. I kid you not. As if it couldn't be any more cringe, they do it. They actually double down on their cringe. Wait until you hear this. But first, gang, we take care of each other on this channel, and our good friends over at Goldco are here to help protect you and your savings in the midst of all this economic insanity with the timeless value of gold and silver. Make sure you click on that link below and see how you can get upwards of $10,000 of free silver if you open up an account with them. But this is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Click on that link below right now and keep your assets safe with the timeless value of gold. So here's their list of demands. You ready? They demand, quote, respect We demand leadership to respect the platform and the workers who maintain it by committing to preserve the current headcount. They demand safety. We demand that leadership does not discriminate against workers on the basis of their race, gender, disability, sexual orientation, or political beliefs. We also demand safety for workers on visas who will be forced to leave the country they work in if they're laid off. We demand protection. We demand Elon Musk explicitly commit to preserve our benefits, those both listed in the merger agreement and not, such as remote work. And they demand, I kid you not, they demand dignity. We demand transparent, prompt, and thoughtful communication around our working conditions. We demand to be treated with dignity and not be treated as mere pawns in a game played by billionaires. Sincerely, Twitter workers. I'm exhausted. I am. And I think we can all guess how Elon Musk is reacting to this letter right now as we speak. Or maybe he's reacting like that drill sergeant psychologist in that old Geico commercial. You remember that when his patient said, and that's why the color yellow makes me sad.
It's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Or better yet, I believe Musk is more like the professor from Billy Madison.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, man, roll up all three into one, and that is, I'm sure, how Musk is reacting to this ridiculous screed penned by some of the most pampered, privileged, entitled, hypocritical leftists imaginable. These are the people who continue to ban the likes of Mike Lindell and Alex Jones and, of course, President Trump. These are the people who love to censor all things patriotic, faith, family, freedom, and now they're seeing their own cancel culture boomerang on them. And that's so key here to what's really going on. What we're seeing is the latest manifestation of the get woke, go broke principle. Up until now, up until this point, people have been getting fired of late because they're not woke enough, right? So they get fired because they refuse to get the jab or because they dared to question their company's policy towards BLM. Now they're starting to see the inversion of this. Now employees are getting fired precisely because they're so woke. We're beginning to see people getting fired and fired en masse precisely because they're woke. And the new management wants nothing to do with them. And all this open letter is doing in the end is simply reminding all of us, most especially Elon Musk, precisely why the days of the woke left at Twitter are indeed coming to an end. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. You'll definitely want to check out my latest video on an MSNBC reporter getting crushed by a J6 focus group. It's going to make your day. So make sure to click on that link, and I will see you over there. God bless.